Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sage 2023 showcase for the penultimate game of this showcase. We have Mekanikko as this game, and this game has a very interesting history. I played this. The creator of this is Trinitoid, and I played Sonic and the Mayhem Master for Sage 2019. Yes, 4 years ago, I played Sonic and the Mayhem Master, and it was basically a steampunk Sonic game that had a very interesting setting and interesting, though odd, combat system, kind of maybe Undertale inspired, but it never quite clicked for me then. Perhaps it was because of being such a radical departure from Sonic, because it almost had nothing to do with Sonic despite using the characters. Like, Sonic was like a mechanist, and he was like a nerdy fellow that was like not very confident and kind of spoke softly, and the other characters had completely different personalities and they had completely new redesigns and stuff. And it was very weird because it was like, okay, it's a Sonic game, but like it's not at the same time. Apparently the developer thought that too, because Mekanikko here is essentially a reboot of this game, but this time using completely original characters, which that might jive better with me this time, because before it just was so weird. Why was this a Sonic game? Well, apparently that was a common opinion, because now it's not. So you can still kind of see their influence there. As a side HUD there, you can still see kind of a Sonic influence. But yeah, now they're not Sonic characters, which might make this all flow better. Let's see. So basically, Mekanikko is an RPG, as it says, that takes place in the world of modern retro steampunk. Explore the world of automatons as weird things are always about to happen. Meet whacking characters of each of their own story to tell. Solve cases of your sugar freak partner and find out the truth of a tale in this mechanical city. It's barely a work in progress build. It's a demo. All graphics, sprite work, and programming done by the creator. Things are subject to change. Now the soundtracks are officially made. It only moved from fan game to indie status apparently recently, so apparently it switched its identity somewhat recently to a completely original world setting characters. Apparently, also, there's some stuff that's still holdover from the time it was a fan game, so keep that in mind. But yeah, it's an interesting history that this game has had. So let's see where it's gone at this point. It's been 4 years since we last looked at it. Let's see. Of course, before we begin, if you like the video, do think about giving a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, think about coming over to Twitch. We're trying to reach partner. But of course, we need more viewers to do that. So if you want to come by, whether to lurk or talk, think about doing so, because it does make a huge difference. And we'd honestly love to have you. And somehow, right now, we have 54 viewers. That's a really strong number. Thank you for coming by, everyone. I haven't seen that number that strong in a while. Thank you. Please come by, though. We still need more people for partner. And we still need more consistency as well for partner. It's not just about getting high views. It's about keeping them. So come on by if you feel like it. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. I have a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content. And I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool stuff. Links in the description. You can check them out at your leisure. Now let me check the settings here. First thing I want to do, because I think everything went... Okay, yeah, okay. I like how it updated to full screen. Like, you guys didn't see it, but like it was actually windowed. But the moment I went to this screen, it's like, oh yeah, you're right, full screen. Okay, so how is the volume, though, real quick for the audience? I hope it's good, but it might still be too quiet, huh? I might boost it a bit more. I don't want to boost it too much, because this is an XSplit boost, meaning that if anybody donates, it's going to set up, like, a nuclear blast level sound. And yes, I do say that to encourage people to troll with a donation. It's still a donation, I appreciate it. Right. How's it right now? Sound good? If it doesn't sound too loud, I think we'll stick with that. Listen, there's nothing quite as funny as a troll donation, because it's beneficial, but it's also a troll. There's nothing wrong with it. It's completely great. Okay, let's go ahead and start a new game and see where this project has gone. So what I can't remember is, did the game not jive with me because it was a weird Sonic identity game that didn't feel like Sonic? Or did it not jive with me because I didn't like the mechanics in the gameplay? I can't quite remember. So we're going to probably find out right now. Because if it was the setting that bothered me, that might be better now. But if it was the gameplay that bothered me, I wonder how I feel about it right now. maybe it's been polished up further. It probably has. It's been 4 years. So, name, Aton. Serial number 170814. Now you can steal his identity. Status, used to work at Ottorian Ironworks as a mechanic. Multiple limbs lost and was equipped with prosthetics. Oh, poor guy. Average performance below average. Well, he lost his fucking limbs. Give him a break. Aw. That is the face of somebody who has absolutely no self-confidence, but all of the anxiety. He looks so sad. I'm afraid we can't help you on this. The record we received tells us that you are ineligible. If you want to work, go somewhere else. Just not here. We can't accept this until your performance improves. Spelling mistake. Have a good day. Yeah, the character design is actually very similar to when it was Sonic and the Mayhem Master, but it is just tweaked enough to no longer be Sonic. I would have advised the creator to change their color scheme to a non-Sonic color scheme. I feel like that would give this character a lot more personal identity if they went. I feel like they didn't go quite far enough with the design. That is my little critique. I think it's fine. There's no harm in it, but this character still looks kind of Sonic-y. I would just simply change their blue fur to some other color. I think that would actually completely fix it. But I do like their character design. I just feel like maybe they're still a little too attached to that Sonic identity. Wasted, that's cute. Oh, wait, what's cute? Oh, I see, the highlighted letters. Oh, that is cute. I didn't even notice the diegetic movement tutorial. Do you guys see the diegetic movement tutorial? It took me a second. It's almost a little too hidden, but I do kind of like that. Basically, up, left, down, right. Look at the letters that are highlighted or lit up with the light. Very good. I think it's maybe a little too subtle, but I do like it. Okay, that guy doesn't want to talk to me. Was I trying to... This looks like a movie theater entrance. Was I trying to work in a movie theater, but was I ineligible to work at a movie theater? That's pretty sad. That doesn't require many credentials normally. All right. Actually, wait. Where is the actual... Wellness room? Okay, wellness room, common area, restrooms, and boardroom. I'm trying to figure out what this place is based on the signs. Wellness room? What the hell is a wellness room? Is that like one of those little gyms they have at workplaces? Oh, what are you doing here, Amadea? Has mine been too much for you? Sorry, I'm just having a rough day. Listen, I'll talk to you some other time. I'm needed elsewhere. Nice conversation, Amadea. You're so chatty. John got a VR headset. Good. Oh, that's cool to hear, man. Did you get that for Christmas? I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed in there. I think I know exactly how to voice this character based on the first still. I think I know exactly the tone of voice to give him. Another one missing. This is the third time this week. I hope it gets resolved soon. Missing posters. Why are people missing? Where are they going? Holy cats, I love the headshot icon. Oh, you mean mine or the game's? Not sure. Well, I guess I'll get on my moped. Another dreadful day. I don't know why I'm still trying. Nothing goes my way for once. Nothing goes my way for once. Nothing ever goes my way. Or something with that would be a better sentence there. I feel like the dialogue is a little clunky. Occasionally. I wonder. No. I have to keep going. What were you wondering? Depression thoughts? Don't do that. I feel it, though. As said, fair, there's a lot of placeholder stuff right now. That's a really nice little intro there. I like that little scene, that little animated scene there. Why? Well, let me just moped to my sewer home, I suppose. All right. I like how, in case you haven't figured it out by now, Oh, hit the key with the beams of the sitter. Oh, this is a tutorial for the battle, isn't it? I do like the diegetic use of, like, here's how to do things, right? Time you see is forgiving. Well, damn, I didn't activate the power box correctly and I set off the alarm system in the sewer. That sucks. This is bad. I guess that graphics not finished. Oh, we're still staying with the Sonic Spin Dash, okay. I do remember that. Okay, so they still haven't changed some stuff that I think they should change to make the character less Sonic-y, but it's not just sound effects. I'm also, like, how the character moves and stuff, too. Okay, okay. This is really bad. Oh, I can double jump. Now it tells me. Still a bit rusty. At least my back is still in one piece. Come on, just a little bit more. Okay, maybe don't drop on the enemy despite it telling me I can drop on the enemy. Not in that situation. Still getting the hang of it. Though it looks like it's slowing down. Now all I have to do is press the switch and... It's like, back off, motherfucker. I also have a shotgun. I'm an alarm system with a shotgun. Fuck off, bitch. Right then. Interesting placeholder choices. This is... What Mega Man song is this? I'm trying to remember. This is... What stage is this? What game is this? Is this 9 or 10? I can't remember. Somebody could tell me what this song is. I recognize it. Oh, no, it's Mega Man 5. It's... Nah, I got nothing. I know it's a Robot Master stage. Starman! Yes! That's it. I think you're right. I think you're right. This thing has a freaking gun? Give me a break already. So let's see if I actually like the combat system or not. Because I feel like that might have been a point of contention for me in the original version. Ow. How many bullets does this thing have? All of them. Ah, fudge. Oh. What the? Looks like you're in quite a pickle. Need a helping hand? I'm gonna guess that's, Oh, it's a mouse. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's more like it. Wait, who's talking? Okay, here she is. I feel like, okay. I feel like maybe if you colored the dialogue cloud towards the character's color, that would be a good idea, too. Also, I have a mouse now. You don't seem to be very good at this, are you? No, ma'am. Ah, so it looks like we have a problem. Because I also have no idea what to do in this situation. Seriously? Oh, pish-posh. Just tell me what this robot is all about. That's a standard alarm siren flybot, but it looks modified. Fortunately, this thing still overheats as it goes on. You just have to check its pipe meter at the right when full. And if that's the case, I guess we just have to wait it out. Are you still serious about fighting that thing? Relax, you have a lot of stamina in your pockets. See that pipe on your left? That's your stamina meter. With it, we can do a lot of things when we have our chance. That's good and all, but what will you do? Me? Well, I'm not as nimble as you. However, I can click at any projectile with this device. Even if it is red and deadly. Okay. Oh, so just this once, I have a portable healer. So take your time and get used to this. Now on with the game. Too bad we'll have to throw that away after this fight. Hornet is the name of this. Okay. Ow. So this combat system feels... I'm pretty sure this is more or less... What? Okay, I guess attack. Sure. Wait, what? I was totally pressing that. Okay. Whatever. Whatever works. Damn, you have to read pretty fast on that one. Okay. Let's see. It's down here. That's how you know when you can do your thing. I don't actually know. There's a lot on the screen. Not all of it makes sense. Enough makes sense to parse the battle. Pretty sure the combat system is very similar to how it was 4 years ago. Which makes me wonder, what's been changed in 4 years? Besides the new identities of the characters, technically. Well, that could have been better. I really don't want to do that again. Oh, wait a minute. Who are you? I like her blink. Such a redundant question. Very well, then. I am known as the Great Detective of the Fog. Is the Fog the nice name for the sewer? Simply call me Mallory. You're a detective. As you can see, I was simply invited. Though judging from your presence, why are we here? Is like we didn't get hired from our job, so we went to the sewer and got attacked by security. Why? But I guess this game was reviewed before I started coming to the stream. 2019, Sage Showcase 2019 is when I last played this. And while it's been a very long time, I'm pretty sure this combat system is unchanged. Or very, very close to how it was before. At least that one fight. Though judging from your presence, it seems you're acquainted with my old friend. Am I correct, my bug-eyed companion? It's Autumn, and I don't think you're welcome here. Bug-eyed? You're both bug-eyed. Oh, relax. I ate a Bobby. What is this? Bobby? Is this England? I guess we're in England. I guess, you know, it's steampunk, so you gotta be in England, right? That's the rule of steampunk. It can't happen any other part of the world. Victorian setting only. Let's just head inside. See for yourself. Why are we here? Why did our character go here? I'd like to know that. What is this place? Why is there a detective here? And why did we come here? It's a casino. It's a bar? It's a casino bar? I guess they have... I guess technically most casinos have bars. So it's a casino. What was that? Oh, relax. Oh, relax. Your broken bot's still fine. Sorry about that, Mina. Can't this day get any worse? What the hell is Mina? You've been very stressful lately. Who said that? I was hoping this session will calm her down. I have no idea what to give voices to these characters. They're very weird looking. Though she just drank a few bottles already. Ah, shush. It soothes my nerves. Anyway, let's begin already. Begin what? It's already getting hot in this suit. You're in a suit? Okay. Oh, so can you whip me another batch, Patches? What is going on? Oh, brother. What is going on? It wasn't long until we started a session. Session for what? I'm very confused. Though Patches is still finding his lucky piece. Lucky piece? And I can tell that Mina is going for another pint. I guess she would. Just another regular weekend with these two. I'm very... Did we... Depressed from our job, we went to the underground sewers casino, but accidentally activated their security and got in a fight with a shotgun bot. I guess? Or are we going to drink our sorrows away? As for the detective... And the detective was there, too, because she was. She also wanted a drink. I don't know. Psst. Auden, was it? It looks like I'll be joining your party. Standard RPG rules. I must do it. You seem to be the main protagonist, so I guess I'll do this. Like, why would you... Okay, hold on a second. I like how she said it like she doesn't have a choice. Like, well, it looks like, you know, the script says I will be joining your party, so I guess I'll be doing that. I guess? Oh, relax. This should be a walk in the park. If you need anything, just ask. Okay. Dev. Yeah, Dev, could you please explain what's going on, Mr. Dev? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Some bits of this dungeon are still lacking. Why are we here? Like NPCs and extra stuff. I promise to have them in my spare time. Also, I revamped some of the new systems in place, which probably took most of my time in this build. Well, it's late. I didn't manage to fix it up after the expo opening. Sadly, not everyone managed to get through with the new stuff. Anyway, enough talk. Let's begin this chapter, shall we? I like how you explained everything I didn't need to know and nothing I wanted to know. Alright. So this feels rough, right? Like, it kind of looks like this game... Okay, we're going to do the dungeon in a second, but I just want to do a middle-of-the-road little critique conversation here. So, I do like some of the new visuals, but a lot of this feels old, and I'm gonna double check my memory. Do not do what I think you're gonna do. Creator Studio, do not do it. Okay, thank you, Google, for not making me have to re-sign in just to access YouTube Studio on Brave for the third time in the week, because it kept making me do this, but thankfully not this time. Anyways, 1 second. We're going to do a little experiment, because I need to refresh my memory, because this has been literally fucking 4 years since I had played this on the 2019 showcase. So let's just pop this video over, and let's compare a little bit. Let's do a little bit of a comparison, because it's been 4 years, right? So after 4 years... I mean, I don't know if they've been developing that entire time. Maybe they took a big break. I feel like that may have been what happened. But you'd expect a fair bit to have changed, right? So here's the Sage 2019 showcase. Oh man, look at this old logo. Let's compare and see how different it is. I'm just going to skip through this a little bit, right?
Next up, actually,
because this remember, this was when...
So I'm wondering what this build is.
I'm just going to make it quiet. This was when it was still a Sonic game. So... I'm going to skip around this. Apparently, I played this for 24 minutes. So, here's the original title screen. Kind of looked more Paper Mario-y. So, it definitely has a new title screen. The game started with...
Well, I'll be honest. Our stories are not that interesting. I assure you, this will be another tale to be forgotten.
A cryptically started intro. Different intro.
Here's a story about two crazy people. About their wonderful tale, the mechanical unknown.
And then we started in house. You can see that the character design is... barely different? It's weird. I don't... Like, it's not Sonic anymore, but it's technically not a changed sprite yet, I guess. Or not really.
If you are free right now... Okay.
Reminder, this was a Sonic fan game at the time, so...
Very comfortable in this bed.
I mean, yeah, it's a custom look for Sonic, so I guess you can get away with just reusing it, but, like, I would recommend making it more custom. Oh! And, of course, the first thing I did in the first room in that demo was leave the fucking room through the wall. Okay. So, yeah, the game starts differently, but I still break it, of course. Fucking, I forgot about that.
We haven't unpacked this one.
Then we had, like... Okay, so, like, the entire locations are different, but I believe the first fight's identical. Let's see if I'm wrong about that. Okay, not identical. They're slightly different. It looks a little different.
Okay.
There were some different things with the HUD for battle. There's a card system. I don't know what that was about. Because it's not it's not a card system anymore. But you can see this tutorial is more or less the same. There are some different aesthetics going on. But the enemy is the same, the tutorial is the same. I think the control is more or less the same. Pulled out the shotgun the same way. And then we entered the proper combat screen, which... yeah, more or less the same. Again, there's been a bit of a facelift of some of the elements. But you expect a bit more to be different in 4 years with a game going from being a fan game project to an original game. Right? I think there was a card system back then. And she shows up, saves the day. So, like, there's a lot that's... Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't reuse stuff from 4 years ago, but I'm saying, like... I'm a little surprised that 4 years have passed and yet this doesn't feel any different, you know? At least so far.
supposedly I can shoot. All right, let's see here.
Similar, I think the interface is more or less the same as it was before. There's more options in the older version, for some reason. At least for the tutorial. I like how Soul at the time was saying this looks like a Flash game, which, I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but...
I'm actually not sure what I'm doing in that prompt. Has anybody figured out that prompt?
Oh, yeah, I do. I will give it credit for one thing. Apparently, 4 years ago, I was confused about some prompts. I think I'm less confused this time because the game kind of tutorialized before getting into this fight. Like, with some of the button prompts, inputs and such.
I'm actually not sure what I'm doing.
So, like, the game actually explained how to do the attack before I got into combat in this new version, which I do appreciate that. Because that was a good, like, low-pressure environment to figure out how that works.
In that prompt. Has anybody figured out that
Mugshots use a different design. They do, yes. They are changing that. So the character designs don't seem terribly different, or if they are different, it's very subtle. Well, okay, there are some differences, like the shoes. His shoes are very Sonic-y here. I think his shoes are different in the current version, though. Yeah. So there are some differences in design. You can see this. So the design, his outfit has changed, though I do think his general, like, head look could definitely use some work. He's still way too Sonic-y if you want to make this an original character. It's distracting, you know? Plus, you can do better. You can come up with a little bit more originality than that. But yeah, this fight's very similar. There are some differences, but they're more subtle things, little tweaks. So, and then after that, we had a conversation. And then we went to the pre-show, and then we went to and then I recall this being a dungeon, right? So we went through a little street, went to a factory. Then we went in the factory. There's a guard.
You can't judge. Like you two. They're good. The factory, factory. I want you to do the cameras.
And they tasked us with a mission of figuring out what's going on in the factory, and then we entered. And then we did a factory dungeon, I believe. After seeing some signs and reading some papers.
1 loaf of bread, 3 belts.
Find the world's largest vending machine.
Test your luck and patience with your favorite snack got stuck. It's broken me and my stomach.
And then eventually there was a dungeon, yeah.
It's a box full of different cutouts of Larry.
And I recall the dungeon being very boring. I think it was just like a bunch of corridors.
Anyways, let's go find the sound.
Yeah. I think I broke the game at some point here. What happened here?
You died. Roll.
Or I died. Maybe I died. Yeah, I died. Okay.
No, it didn't die on your guys'. It died in general.
And yeah, so then the dungeon layout was like, I'm just like paying attention. Yeah, it was basically just, just a bunch of corridors. Kind of felt like a dungeon from Mega Man Battle Network, if that makes sense for anybody who's played Mega Man Battle Network. Like, I'm not saying Mega Man Battle Network is a bad series, but a lot of the dungeons are just kind of, let's walk down multiple corridors, right? So let's see. We're going to stop right there with the video. Let's go ahead and go back to the game proper, of course. We're about to enter a dungeon. All right. How is this dungeon? Like, what's its theming? How is it? Is it better? Is it the same dungeon as before? Did they actually do something more interesting this time? Hello? Well then, shall we begin? The travelers have finally reached their destination. I'm still confused, though. The walls are now bustling with gears and engines. Its air is heavy and intoxicating. All right, DM, can I roll for initiative? Like, why are you talking like a fucking dungeon master? I am Illumina, and I'll be watching you from beyond. I thought you had a different name a moment ago. When you were drinking. Oh, whatever, I don't remember. You really need to practice on that. Is this a DM thing? What are you doing? Shut up. I will say one thing about the version from 4 years ago, the 2019 version. I think it was a little more plot cohesive. Here, I'm just confused. Anyways. Okay. This is kind of neat. What we got? What's this thing? Oh, it's a save point. Okay. Character name? Illumina. I played that Mega Man game. I liked the game. Well, it's more than one game. The Battle Network series is not one game. It's more like... How many games? Like 7, technically? This is a truck. It seems like it. I mean, it has the wheels and everything. But it looks so cramped. Plus, I don't think this thing runs on steam. The backside says it runs on gas. Isn't steam a gas? Technically. Well, I need to re-educate myself. Man, we got so confused we turned into a question mark, guys. Wow. I don't know what's going on. So, oh, slime? Okay, that's different. That wasn't in the dungeon. It's rolling a die. Got 3. Good for it. Ow! What? Okay. Oh, I see. Alright. Three. Okay, well, I know what to do with this. Do I want to, like... Hold on a second. You notice how long I can attack seems to be... Wait, what the fuck? I didn't select anything! Oh, you motherfucker. It rolled a nat 1. If you don't press anything really fast, you can't you run out of time. I think the timer was actually this bar on the right side of the enemy's screen. There was a hidden timer bar that I didn't see. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to remember now, especially looking back at the old video. I didn't like the combat system. And I didn't dislike the combat system because of what I was trying to do. I actually think the mechanics are fine. The problem is the communication of those mechanics is annoying. The entire interface is overly busy, and it's hard to understand what's important. In fact, let's freeze frame on the next battle, and I'll explain what I mean. Can I cause this game to pause somehow? I don't think I can, actually. Oh, I can hit... Wait, what? Sorry, wait, hold on. Why would I pause? Do we gain human hands that look like some... and seem to be wearing some sort of brown suit? Oh yes, I also turn into a human when I start writing notes on a notepad. None of these are clickable, by the way. Well, options is. Probably, yeah. Like, those are the gals. Oh, maybe it's hers. Yeah. Why is she flesh tone, though? I thought she was pink, not flesh tone. Technically, flesh tone's more peach. I can see it. The game's trying for Mario and Luigi in battle, but even menu. Yeah, like, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong. I'm not sure. Yeah, wait, no, she is kind of... Wait, she is kind of peach. Alright, I guess that's fair enough, then. Okay, Freak was... So she did actually change her color a little bit. That's weird, because the other character, like, the main character doesn't have a change of color, technically. Yeah, change of outfit color, but... Weird. I'm not sure what to say about that. I'm not sure whether the driver is bold or crazy. Just another day in the city, I guess. I'm more surprised they have enough space to park here. Alright, let's see something. Also, I'm sorry, did this truck move? Was it? Huh. I thought I was backtracking, but then I ended up in a new area. That kind of confused me. Oh, no, this is backtracking. Okay. Charm gets confused by linear path. Like, I feel like specifically the battle UTI is too busy, or the UTI. No, that's a urinary tract infection. That's not what I was trying to say. The battle HUD. Why did I say UTI? The fuck did I say that for? All right, hello. Oh, aren't you annoying? Let's just pause here and consider for a second, right? Oh, coin. So, like, let me ask you guys a few things. What is this? What is that little? What is this little gray box underneath my HUD? Why does this time? Why is the timer for my menu option on this side of the screen? How much damage do I do when I attack? Given that we have arbitrary numbers of 850 and 75 for this guy. I guess I killed him by getting the coins. Now, see, I have 2 of them now, and I leveled up, apparently. Oh, we can do that? Can I, like... Adjust stats? Okay, I guess I got more damage and HP. Alright. But you do see what I mean, right? There's a lot going on with the HUD. I do like the enemy attacking me out of battle. That's kind of interesting. I also noticed that when I attack, sometimes I can do a lot of attacks, and sometimes I can do only a few. And I'm not really sure why. There's also an 8 here, and I don't know what that means. There's just a lot going on, right? And I can't really parse it all. The expression on her face. Wait, what face? I didn't even see that. There's too much to look at. I took a long time to remember what the title music was. Castlevania's Curse of Darkness. Oh, okay, that's what that is. And also, I'm confused about what we're doing. By the way, I will change the level system soon. So for now, enjoy the standard stat upgrade per level. This will be the last time you'll see it. Speaking of mechanics, the gearbox system not yet done. That's the reason I can't showcase Chapter 2. What? Am I in Chapter 1 then? I don't even know. That mechanic is important for the entirety of the chapter. Okay, fair enough. Ironically, this mechanic was showcased back to Stage 2021. Was it? I didn't check that version. There's also a new game mechanic waiting for you. Actually, I do remember, though. Like, memories are starting to flood back. Yes, I did see this game. I think it was still called Sonic and the Mayhem Master at that time, but I did see this game at Stage 2021, but I chose not to include it in my showcase of that year. And the reason I chose not to include it is because I thought back to me playing the 2019 version, and I went, I didn't really necessarily like the game that much. I think I'll sit on this. Maybe I'll check it out another year. Because that game, basically, when I checked this out in 2019, it gave me the impression of, I'll let it sit for a few years and then check it again, which is exactly why I'm here today. So, hit you further and you'll notice it. Hint, it's for the enemies. Also, hint, it'll make you squirm. Wait, what are we talking about? Made for pesky players who took advantage of an exploit. What? Wait, what are we talking about? I missed something here. That seems to be the entire game, though. Okay, ironically, this mechanic there's a new game mechanic. Venture further, you'll notice it. It's for the enemies. It'll make you squirm. Made for pesky players who took advantage of an exploit. Is it something to prevent me from walking through walls like I did in 2019? That's the exploit I took advantage of. Didn't really help me any, but it was an exploit. So you could choose to skip to do more attacks in a single turn. So River, that's what I was thinking. Like, what if I didn't attack? Would I get more attacks the next turn if I did that? But I wasn't really Let's try this. Let's see. I'm just gonna skip a whole bunch. He might kill himself with natural ones though. Also, can anybody tell me when to start jumping here? It's a little unclear. So like, if I skip, then I just build those up, I guess. But yeah, the way it works is I get a turn when this blue meter fills. What's that? Oh, okay. And then when the blue meter fills, it starts draining again. I'll try some of the other buttons, actually, in a minute. 2. Oh, what? Oh, was I supposed to shoot it? I was supposed to shoot it because it's red. That's fair. So what's boost? It costs... Wait, hold on. Wait, those have costs. I just realized. So I have stamina. What does that mean? Like, if I spend 15 stamina on one of the options, does that mean I get to do something else as well? Or, because I still have 5 stamina at that point. Do I get to do another action then? Because I still would have 5 stamina? I'm a little confused. I mean, everything is confusing, okay? Just to put it that way. One action a turn. Then what's the stamina for if I have one action a turn? Right? Like, what? Let's just boost. Damage upgrade. Okay, now I have 5 stamina. What now? What does that mean for me? So I slowly regain stamina, obviously. So attack has a question mark. So, like, can I not boost? I cannot boost. I can attack, though. Oh, the stamina drains as... Okay. So wait, how quickly I can, how many attacks I have is based on my stamina. On this, the yellow bar on the left. So then, what do the gray boxes below my character do? If how long I can attack is based on my stamina, I thought the boxes maybe building up meant I could attack more or something. But now I'm confused by what those means. You get those marks whenever you skip a turn and do nothing. Okay. If these enemies are actually self-destructing themselves, surprise. You know what? Okay. That's rude, sir. How long were you going to do? Well, okay. So the reason I let him do that was because I'm trying to build up the gray boxes, but every time I shoot his coins, I hurt him. So I just like didn't want to, you know. Also, that gives me a ridiculously long time to respond to that. Heal, I guess. Alright, here we go again. Ow. I'm just... See what happens if I build those up. I'm confused by what they do. I have 4 of them now. Good. Okay. I've learned most of the screen. But I don't know what those do. Can you click them? I tried. I tried clicking on the little gray boxes, but nothing happened. You may have to shoot the target on its head when it shoots a laser. No, 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 no. Papa, to prevent the laser attack, you need to shoot the coin. I was purposely avoiding doing that, which was why he was able to do that attack. The reason I was ignoring that, stopping that attack, was because if I shoot the coin, I do damage to him, and I wanted to keep him alive long enough to test something. Because I do with retaliation like a limit, maybe. So what? I would like your guys' opinion. I would benefit from knowing how you guys feel about this battle system. I don't think it's bad by any means. I think it's actually got some nice stuff going on. But I think what's weirding me out here is that it's been 4 years and this doesn't really feel... I mean, there's been an aesthetic change, but I think mechanically it's more or less the same. There are some new enemies to fight, I think. Again, I think. Hold on a second. In 2019 Showcase, what did I fight? I fought a light bulb robot. No, I fought like a... Here. I fought this guy. Also, Gallius has a cat. Good to know. Man, the old days when I had the chat on the gameplay. Man, I'm glad I changed that. So I fought that guy back then. Oh yeah, it was like a light bulb guy, sort of. So we're fighting new enemies. Is that last time it was light bulb guy? Was he a boss? And then we found another alarm bot. Wait, did I not finish this? Oh no. Hold on a second. Did I quit this early? Hold on, wait. I need to see what happened. I think I didn't end this properly. 1 second. What happened here?
So, yeah. I think I'm done with this. That's a real shame.
Wait, what's a real shame?
Because this could be really cool.
Okay, what happened? What happened? Hold on.
If it's just a glitch that sticks with the file. Oh yeah,
glitch
also...
Oh, a glitch that sticks with the file? What glitch happened?
I also wanted to check. Oh wow, holy shit. Oh, come on.
So I was having a lot of trouble with this light bulb guy.
Alright, let's see if it does it again. Let's see if it's stuck to the... If it's just a glitch that sticks with the file.
So I basically...
I also wanted to...
Shocking absolutely no one. Apparently I bricked my save.
Let's check.
Let's see. So I never finished
No, it
this
resets
version.
so restarting the game like that did not even keep me my level. So, yeah. I think I'm done with this. That's a real shame. Because this could be really cool if it actually worked properly. I wouldn't mind the difficulty. I really wouldn't mind the difficulty if it worked correctly.
Wonder what broke. I have to scroll
you can
back.
Just kind of work at it and get used to it.
So my level got reset?
Unfair enough. Yeah, I have to beat the whole thing without...
So I have to beat the whole game without dying once.
Without dying once. I'll give it a good shot. I have an idea actually on that note. So, alright. Fair.
Let's see.
Alright,
Oh, I think there's like... Wait, how am I... Like, I'm hitting buttons and skipping around. I don't know what the fuck I was doing in 2019. Or did I, like, edit this video and cut it down? Maybe I edited this video for some reason.
so yeah, basically...
I don't do that
I have
very
one
often.
run I can do this in. So, alright. Fair enough. Basically, I have one run I can do this in. So, alright.
I'm a little confused as to why I have one run I can do this in. Let's see. Let me scroll back a bit.
Fair enough.
Try to solve this mystery. It's been 4 years. I don't remember. Game over. Was that my first game over?
I'm amused. Yeah, let's retry. Where does that put us, anyways?
Where's that put us?
So,
Okay.
also, do I keep the level? Wait, I'm back here. Well, here, stats.
Level 2.
Sonic, I'm 17 years old. Level 2. Okay, kept my level, I think. I assume. Looks like I was already level 2. Oh, there's all these... Okay.
So basically, when I game overed, I guess I lost all my levels because there wasn't proper checkpoints. Well, I think that got solved. So basically, I stopped playing the game because I was sick of going through the dungeon over and over again to lose to the boss. I think that's what happened back then. Alright, back to the game. I'm gonna say so the reason I never finished the game was because it kind of borked itself, or more or less gave me a roguelike difficulty mode where once you die you get reset. So, alright. I assume that we don't have that problem here, but now that I'm aware of that, oh, I paused while a fight. Okay, I'm level 2 right now. I'd like to note I started at level 1. I paused while the fight started. That was interesting. Wow, I just saved the slime. Sorry, I was curious if I could. Don't worry, Mr. Slime. Let me help you. Because I want to kill you myself. Like, I can just rescue him. That should be like befriend mode. This should be Undertale. I should be able to do that and then I befriend the slime. Just like I saved you from dynamite. Why did the music get way quieter? Right to hectic roadway. Left a pit stop. Whip. So whip, I can't go there. Hectic roadway. Okay, I don't know what we're doing. I think the main problem with this current demo is, can anybody tell me what our character's motivation is, what they're trying to do? I mean, I know it's a demo, so maybe I understand a little bit of skipping around, but one thing I gotta say about the 2019 version, you start in your home, you unpackage your thing, talk to your friend, and went on an adventure. Like, there was actually some story cohesion in the 2019 version, but this one, it started with an interesting hook with our character looking super depressed and not getting a job. And I was like, oh, he's kind of pathetic and luckless. I'm curious where that's going to go, right? There's some kind of slot on the wall. And judging by the looks of it, seems we need to find something to put it in. Guys, we need to find something to take the slot and put the slot into it. We don't need to put something in the slot. That would be wrong. We need to take the slot and we need to put the slot into something, right? So, like, for instance, if you ever need to put a key in a door, what you need to do is you need to unscrew the hinges from the door. You got to take the door, right? You got to find out where the key is, right? And you got to push the door into the key. That's how you do it, right? Also, the dialogue could be better. That's another thing. I've noticed a few issues here and there, and I'm gonna making fun of it now. Let's try checking some of the paths here. Yeah, like the one path. because it's a whip. So we only have one. So that makes it easy. All right. Oh no, I got shot, which caused the character to teleport in. Not so fast, Hotshot. We have been reported of unusual activity in our district. And it just so happens that you guys knew something about it. We know something? If these characters know something about something, then they have these characters know more than I do, then. Like, wait, we know something? I wasn't aware of this. Legitimately. Psst, Goggles. I don't want to alarm you, but something's up with her. Yeah? My device is acting strangely. Your device, huh? Yes, the device that acts up when people are weird. Yeah, that one. It's starting to blink yellow, and I have a feeling she's aiming at me. If something starts blinking, then I need to move. Oh, then go ahead and do that, I guess. Alright, enough chit-chat. You folks are now at high alert. Time for you to go to the slammer. Okay. Well, you look kind of cool. Why do you look like a robot postman? What do I do with that? Wait, what? I just didn't get hit by that. What happened? Oh, I get it! I think I get it. I think yellow attacks, I have to use the... Yes! Yellow attacks means that my crosshair needs to dodge. I like how I picked that up despite the game failing to tell me correctly. That was a very cryptic way of telling me that game. Oh, fuck, what? Okay, that's unfair! That attack happened when the menu popped up! Rude! Man, I don't mind a dodging with the crosshair is kind of interesting, but... So, like, enemy attacks are supposed to just end when it's my turn, but apparently these aren't. Honestly, I'm surprised I understood that cryptic bullshit. The game told you to move, but it would have been better to say the crosshair person say it. Well, they did have the crosshair person say it, but they should have made it more clear that it was... They didn't... You know what they didn't say? That yellow attacks are the ones they're talking about? Or, you know, they could have more specifically said, like, I need to move, so I'll move my crosshair when I need to, or something like that. Like, spelling it out that it involves the crosshair would have been nice, but at the very least, can you at least mention that's yellow attacks? Because they didn't, at no point did they say that yellow attacks were the problem. I just saw the yellow attacks and was like, oh, well, I've never seen a yellow attack. That must be the thing they were talking about. Which, you know, fair enough that I came to that conclusion. Like, I figured that out pretty fast. But I could understand a player getting really confused. They said blinking, not yellow. Well, it wasn't blinking, it was yellow. Yellow was the problem, not blinking, but yellow. Not all the yellow attacks were blinking, so it was just the color. Should be a brief tutorial when the combat starts. So this game, yeah, it's just... Like... Ow! What the fucking... It's okay. Okay! I like how the best way to learn that was going to happen was to get hit. Fucking hell, man. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get hit twice, but... Still... Oh, hi again. How you doing? Want to fight again? Sure. Why do you look like a postman, though? Oh, fuck. Right. Heal, I guess? I don't know. I can't. Also, I thought that was like a special fight, but we're just fighting them again. Is this the same one, or do they have, like, multiples? I don't think I'd call this game bad. You know what I would call this game? And I feel like this applies to the 2019 version as well. Convoluted. I think the word of the day is convoluted. And it doesn't help that I legitimately have no idea what kind of plot we're doing. Like, we're apparently criminals now, but because we know something, but I don't know what we fucking know. Like, you know? So, by the way, the bad thing about the car and the road, like, if that was the first road we'd seen, it would make sense for me to go, oh, I should be careful, this is a road. But we actually saw roads before where no cars were moving. We actually saw vehicles, but none of them were going out anywhere on those roads. So I got used to roads. I got used to roads just being a place I can walk, and then all of a sudden I get smacked by a car. And here's the thing, I can trial and error most of this, right? Oh, hey, they haven't, oh, fuck, what? Okay. I also feel like a lot of attacks are just like, oh, okay. I feel like there's so much in this game where I have to get hurt to learn what I have to do. And I don't really like that. Like, yeah, okay, I'll dodge the sword. Oh, then it came at me, so I cornered myself, and like, yeah, okay. Like, I just feel like there's so much here where if I was just given a little bit more information, I could dodge by just knowing what to do, but I don't know, so I have to just get fucking smacked to figure it out. And, I mean, I'm not game overing. I guess it's kind of fine, but I don't really like that as a system. It's kind of frustrating. I also think this HUD sucks. Right? It sucked in 2019 and it sucks now. It could be done so much more elegantly. I get that it's stylized, like, for the steampunky nature and stuff, but I kind of feel like this is one of those HUDs which exists to have an aesthetic design, but doesn't exist to be functional. You know? Like, it feels like it's more stylized than functional. And I feel like that's very unnecessary. You know, it makes me think of like how websites are these days, where they're like, oh, we need to make a new, we need to update our UI, and then they make the UI like have like, you know, visual effects and animations and look all glitzy, but actually it works worse than it did in the previous version. It kind of feels like it has that sort of design logic where it's like, oh, we got to make things look good. And it's like, but the thing is, it's a UI. I need to interact with it. I need to make it. I need to function with it. So I don't give a shit how glitzy it looks. I just want to use it. You know? Now, granted, I'm fucking old, so, like, I realize I'm like, oh, Charm, you're 35, you know, you don't know how phones work very well, and you're just talking back in your day, but, like, still, I've always been more about functional UI design. And yes, in the old days, in the 90s and early 2000s, computer programs had very rudimentary UIs that were simple and straightforward, and you just understood them very easily. Well, at least sometimes. There were still bad UIs back then, but a lot of them were just elegant in their design. They functioned, and that's all they needed to do, because, you know... Now, with a game, yes, a little glitz to the UI for a game makes complete sense, but if you go too far of it, you run into something like we're seeing here. Oh, a 6. They got a 6 this time. Oh, fuck, okay. I've never seen their 6 attack. Note the shoes. Remember, the battle sprite is the guy is still probably when he was Sonic. Yeah, the shoes are actually different in battle, aren't they? I think what's really bothering me is, like, I could forgive the game 4 years ago for being a bit jank in some ways, but what's really weirding me out here is how little is different. Like, there's a lot that's different, yet at the same time, there's very little that's different. You know what I mean? Like, some stuff has had some major aesthetics changes, but at the end of the day, not a whole lot has really been that much changed from the version 4 years ago. And it's weirding me out because it's been 4 years, guys. That's a lot of time to, like, put something new together. Now, again, I don't know the developer situation, so maybe it's a situation where, like, they legitimately put this on hiatus for, like, 3 years, and this only recently got back to it. That's entirely possible. I don't know their life situation. I'm not going to hold it against them if they couldn't work on this very much in that 4-year span. But without really knowing what's going on, I could simply say that I feel like not enough has changed since that last version that I played 4 years ago to improve the systems that I felt kind of cool about, you know? It's not like I hate anything here. I actually think there's a lot of cool things going on. It's just, it's not implemented correctly. It's not implemented to the best of its ability, I guess is how I put it. I've learned how the sword works now. Wait, no, it went down that time. It doesn't. I guess it just goes down. I guess it doesn't really go towards me. Yeah, life may have happened, so I'm not going to be like heartless here and be like, oh, I don't care what the developer's life situation was or anything. I just think they should have done better on this. Like, no, life takes priority over making a game. Like, that's a thing, by the way. I would like to note that I can be very harsh in my critiques, but I understand if life happened, alright? I do understand that. I'm not heartless, and I'm not without the ability to consider things like that. But in a vacuum, I simply critique to the best of my ability with what limited knowledge I have. It's hard to know the personal lives of everyone who's a developer. A lot of devs don't even share that information, right? And understandably so, it's private. So, I don't know what their situation is. I can just critique what I see and how... Well, I do... Again, it's been 4 years, so I will definitely consider that in my critique. Like, okay, this game has potentially... Mind you, potentially had 4 years to develop further. Again, potentially. I'm not saying it did have 4 years to develop further, but I'm saying it potentially did. You know? It had the potential to have that time for development. So, and I don't know how much of that was used for development, how much little wasn't. I will say this. It's weird. This version of the game, it's better than the 2019 version in some ways, and it's stagnant or even worse in other ways. Like, I feel like it is a little more fun when you learn everything mechanically, this version compared to the 2019 version. And I mean, we haven't had the game-breaking glitch happen, I don't think. Don't worry, this ain't the end of it. There's still more by that door there. After the revamp on this chapter, I was planning to add 2 towns for the player to explore. Unfortunately, I was not able to finish in time. I'm afraid I can't share any more context of what it is. Okay, but this is the thing, too. Where this game falls apart, where the 2019 version actually did a better job than this version, is the story. The plot is currently a mess. And again, I realize it's a demo, I realize it's an early demo, but I feel like the very beginnings of the story could still be properly established in this demo. Or at least, if there are time skips happening because of being a demo, there's like chunks in between that are not finished. At the very least, the developer could give me a recap of what I'm missing in this demo, so as to fill the gaps a little bit better. But right now, like story-wise, plot-wise, I have no idea what's going on, and I have absolutely no investment in the game because the developer has never bothered to tell me. And this one sentence right here, I'm afraid I can't share any more context of what it is. I think that tells me a lot. I think the problem here is that they're releasing a demo where the story is now new. It's definitely a different story than the 2019 version. And I think the thing here is, this statement says a lot to me. I think the developer doesn't want to share too much of the story of this game in this demo, which is fair. You know, maybe you don't want to spoil too much before the full game's done. But in doing so, they went the other way of it, and now they give the player so little information, it's impossible to invest. You know what I mean? So this is more of a gameplay demo than a story demo. But at the same time, I can accept that, by the way. I've seen games do that, where they just got the story entirely, say the story will come later, here's just a gameplay demo. But this game started with an interesting cutscene, right? The character looking really depressed, getting rejected from another job. Clearly, he's been rejected from a lot of jobs. He seemed depressed, was even debating some statements that sounded like he was kind of like mentioning, should I continue to live? Like, it was getting a little bit serious even. Like, his depression looked pretty serious. And then after all of that intro, it just dropped the story. That's the thing. I felt like I was kind of teased. The very beginning actually had a bit of interesting character development, and then it just got thrown away, which kind of just left me like, well, if you don't want to share any more story than that, maybe don't share any story at all right now. because it kind of like it made me interested to learn about the character, and then it just threw it away like, hey, yeah, now that I've read the first few sentences of this compelling story, no more story. You don't get any more. It's like, man, like I get a teaser, but like that's not even a teaser. That's just being teased. Like, yeah, showcase or gameplay demo. But again, though, like it's weird that they tried to invest me a little bit into the story at the very beginning. Like gave me the beginning of the story, pretty much whole cut, but then just dropped it. It's very weird. It's a weird vibe. It throws me off a little bit. That's all. And the fact that Son outplayed her on a losing streak. Okay. Let's just say he needs to cheer her up now. As he proceeds to Juncture Tower. This door will take you there. Ready for the next step? It's time for the final climb. And also the, I still have no idea what's going on. Like, it's still kind of giving some story beats, though. Like, with that one character saying, like, oh, we know that you know things, so now you're, like, high alert, and we're going to take you to the slammer. It's like, what is going on? Like, there's still enough story beats happening that makes me constantly want to, like, I get it. Again, I get it if this demo doesn't have a lot of story, if it's more of a gameplay-focused demo, but there's still enough story going on to constantly confuse me. Right? Just, you know, there's still, like, if I'm supposed to ignore the story and just focus on some gameplay, then the dialogue, though, is really distracting me, you know? Huh. Okay. Touchy. Well, this feels very Battle Network. Hopefully in a good way. We'll see in a second. Huh. Oh, it's time-based! Wait, how's that work? I think I might know. Let's see. Ah, yes! It's the clock in the background. When it strikes 12. One of these demos also around to test gameplay mechanics. Yeah. Again, I think that's fine if this is being used as a test bed, but I just end up, like, I'm just confused with what I'm given. I'll just summarize it that way, because I don't want to over-critique. I am confused with what the game gives me. I find the game confusing. Partially because of the mechanics, and partially because of the story. And again, I don't think it's unreasonable for me to say that if I'm supposed to ignore the story, then why is there enough story beats to make me try to think about what's going on? Again, it's weird to tell me to ignore this detail, but then to constantly present that detail. That doesn't make a lot of sense. My hill is gone. No, it isn't. It's here. Wait, was it gone for... Wait, was it gone last turn? What? I think you were right, actually. I think it was gone. Oh, because I have full HP. Oh, that does kind of make sense, actually. You can't heal at full HP. Okay. I actually wasn't even sure what full HP was. I forgot the number. I guess if the number is red, I'm not full. Okay. I actually like the mechanics of this is something that the character needs to dodge, this is something the cursor needs to dodge. I do actually like that as a mechanic. So I'm not trying to shit on this game. Trust me. There's just a few goals I have with Sage. One of those is if I revisit a game, I'm looking for it to be better than the previous iteration. That is the kind of like that's the goal I hope the game to have, right? If I revisit a game. And that's a complex question with this one. Is this game better than the previous version? Well, maybe in some ways, but in other ways it feels like it barely changed. In other ways, it feels not as good. But again, this game had a complete overhaul, so is it even... It becomes a more complicated question of what can I judge? Is the music stacked? Yep. We have 2 songs playing. Good. That attack, the projectile attack comes quicker enough that it's actually kind of hard to dodge. I just realized they are a traffic cop. They're like supposed to direct traffic. That is why there's cars and stuff. I kind of like that character then. Actually, now that I realize what they're doing and why there's cars. Like, yeah, okay. Kind of like that aesthetic they got going on. Wait, I'm sorry. Did the enemy just regenerate because the time struck 12? Well, I'm not a big fan of that, I have to admit. So far, the enemy stayed dead. So, Blood Moon. Yeah, the clock's slow, so I have time. Of course, if I can solve. So my plan here was to wipe out the enemies and then solve the puzzle. So, because like I was gonna wipe out the enemies so I could think. So I could think correctly. Where did I come from again? This way, right? Yeah. I was gonna wipe out the enemies so my brain had time to do the thinking thing. And then I was gonna solve the room. Do you see the problem? Oh well. It's left. I want to go left. What? Oh! Oh, okay, that's an interesting mechanic. So, there's an additional enemy attack because the other enemy was nearby. Huh. That's actually cool. I like that. I do admit, though, having the enemies regenerate. Oh, did they leave? Because they... Wait, how do I go over there? Oh, no. Oh, I have to... Okay, wait. What color changes with what mechanic? Is this a time-based thing? I think this is time-based. I think teal green is time-based. Lime green is hit switch. It's literally only red and blue. Wait, what? Okay, red, green, teal. Where's blue and what the hell are you on about? There's definitely 3 colors here. Stop confusing my brain, Fair. Or, wait, who said that? Stop confusing my brain, Riddler. Okay. Oh, I see. Red and teal are what alternate. Got it. Wait, how do I... Damn it. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Wait, no, I don't see. Okay. So is the slime going to help this guy? I stack... Yep, they will. Oh god, that's actually quite an aggressive combination here. The nice thing is when enemies assist, that means they're both in the fight, so I think I get... I believe I get experience from both of them and they both get taken out. Also, I stacked the music again. Timers for the enemies of the... No, it actually changes some of the tiles, too. Watch this tile right here. Okay, never mind. How do I actually leave this room, then? I'm confused. Why? You had it. I did? I did? Sorry, I'm arguing colors with people. I guess I wasn't paying attention. All I had to do... I had to wait? Wait, what are you talking about? I was just told that the clock doesn't change colors by somebody. Hold on a minute. Are you saying that I have to wait because the clock does change colors? No, the clock does. Well, here's the fucking problem, alright? River literally... Listen, man. Please sit. Please just keep in mind something here. Hold on, wait. I gotta read the chat. Hold on. The timer does reset the puzzle enemies. Resets the puzzle? Hold on. Wait. No, it was hated. Guys, stop oofing me. Please look at this message. Hayden offered his suggestion, and I was like, maybe you're right. Okay, I gotta figure out another way of solving this. So I listened to Hayden, okay? I listened to... Now, mind you, Hayden wasn't saying, I know, but Hayden did make a suggestion, and I was like, okay, maybe you're right. Let me see if that's correct. So, you can oof me all you want, but I was actually trying to listen to chat. It's just that everybody was having different opinions. Please notice that when people have different opinions, I have to pick one, okay? I was starting to doubt myself, because I was... So I was looking at this. Here's the thing. Here's what I didn't understand about this puzzle. There are 3 colors. Red, teal, and green. Green is just static. It never does anything. Red and teal alternate. Here's what I didn't understand. Red and teal alternate when I hit these traffic signs, right? So I thought to myself that red and teal only moved when I hit the traffic sign, which meant that the clock in the background must move green. So the reason I oofed over here is because I was like, all right, let me go hit the traffic sign, wait for the clock, and then go left. But the green doesn't actually move. I thought it was tied to the clock in the background, but it... Also, I'd like to note, you know why I thought that? Look at the red and teal arrows right now. Red arrow pointing left, teal arrow pointing right? Watch these arrows when the clock strikes. Give it a second. Watch what happens to the red and teal arrows on screen when this clock strikes. They don't switch. Precisely. Here's the thing. Here's the reason I went down the wrong logic path. I switched the traffic lights a few times, and then I watched the clock, and I noticed the clock didn't change the red and green. That's because the red and green were on the default states. But if I had hit the traffic light one more time, they would have been on the not default state, and the clock would have reset them. I did not realize this. So when I saw the clock strike 12, and I saw red and teal not change, I was like, aha! So the clock changes the green one. Because I didn't see red and teal change. I was literally watching red and teal at the time during when the clock strikes, and I was noticing they don't move. So I assumed the clock doesn't move them. That is 50% of the time true, but only 50%. Here's the other thing. If I hit the traffic light, I don't know what the default state is. If I've hit the traffic light a few times, I'm not sure if the arrows are on the default state or if they're on the altered state. Unless I remember how they were when I entered the room. The previous room showed it. Alright. Did it show it all on screen at once? Technically. Oh, I can't. Let's see, I hit that switch, then I had to wait, and then it reversed it. Yeah, it did reverse it. I had to wait to learn that. I had to wait the clock to solve this puzzle. So I think what I didn't... But then, again... So I did like, get a basic understanding of how it worked in this room. But it didn't teach... You know what, though? What it didn't teach me? It didn't teach me that the puzzle resets itself. It taught me it alternates, which wasn't correct. But I didn't stick around long enough to see that it only switches it to one state, not both. I inferred from this room that it kept switching it back and forth. So while this did teach me some of the mechanics, this room, it failed to teach me all the mechanics. Because I thought the clock alternated them, not reset them. And that room can be solved with the misassumed knowledge that the clock alternates them. So I'm still not exactly in the wrong here for how I ended up thinking about the puzzle. It still makes sense that I thought that way, if that makes sense. Last second, I'm gonna wait for the clock. Oh god. Oh, I stopped. Ah, fuck. Personally, I don't see why a clock would swap something back and forth. Honestly, this is a pretty abstract system regardless. I feel like either are viable. Why is the clock switching them at all? Is a better question. And this communication is important for me to address, mind you. Because this game is confusing me. It's been doing that the entire time, both with the plot and like we've discussed with the AI, with the UI being overly complex and some attacks being more a case of, oh, I gotta get hit by that to learn it. It's conveyance. And I said it earlier, I said it before this puzzle, so I can very much defend my point. I'm not just saying this because I feel bad that I didn't understand or that I'm embarrassed. It's not anything to do with embarrassment. It's like I said before I even got to this dungeon area. The game has a convoluted design to it, and I do have a problem with that, because it never seems to let up with that. It always is a little bit convoluted, at the very least. So yeah, I get it. You can go, oh, Char, you're just complaining because you're embarrassed you didn't understand something. No, dude, I'm a dumb dog. I understand this, but I understand my stupidity exists sometimes. However, my stupidity is most certainly exasperated by a game that doesn't communicate properly. I really am tired of fighting, actually. What level am I? Level 3. Whoosh. Okay. No one said that. No. I know nobody said I was dumb. You guys were like, oof, and you're like, oh, charm, you know? Like, you guys were calling me dumb, but you definitely blamed that one on me. Alright? I will point out, you definitely blamed that one on me. And yes, I did make a mistake, but I definitely need to explain why it happened. Some of you guys got the puzzle faster than I did, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I should have also gotten... Okay, that's a little rude. You know, some of you guys got the puzzle faster than I did. That doesn't necessarily mean that that speed you got it was a logical speed to get the puzzle, though. I'm proud of you guys. Good work for being quick on the draw. But I also think it's completely fair that I wasn't. The mouse is not locked. It just occurred to me. The mouse is not locked to the monitor. Ooh, that's not good. I just realized that because I had the mouse get stuck for a second because I went to the other monitor. I said oof as if it was a close. Oh, fair enough. I guess I shouldn't expect you guys to immediately insult me. It's just, I did feel a little stupid there, but oh well. So... This way? Not actually sure. Go. Wait, what happens if I'm on the platforms where they switch? Oh, this might be interesting. Oh, this is that's kind of a mean combination right there. Okay, I wonder if some of these attack patterns are legitimately hard to dodge. Like, legitimately hard to, like, not take damage on. I'll admit this, I had no idea the puzzle intended to function in that room. Because all you did was swap once and it was effectively solved with 2 red herring switches. That's another thing. It was a lot more complex of a room than it needed to be. Wait, where the fuck am I going? Fuck. Oh, god damn it. Oh, it's okay. I understand now. Thank you, Zerix. Listen, you guys are great, alright? I don't think you guys are trying to, like, attack me. It's just, I kind of felt like I needed to explain what the fuck happened in my brain. Because I think it was very unclear. Depending on how those cars come, that is an arrangement that is very hard to build. Also, where am I supposed to go in this room? Can anybody tell? Oh, why are you still alive? I thought you disappeared after I killed your friend. Okay, where am I supposed to be going? Okay. I guess I'll... Oh, over there. I think that's where I'm supposed... Is it up? It's up, probably. So how do I do that? Okay, from that side? If everything's switched, okay. I will say, the enemies are absolutely destroying my train of thought. Okay, I think I see how to do this. I think I understand. But the enemies really mess... You know what? The enemies also cause another problem. When you get into a fight, the clock resets off screen. That's another thing. The platforms are resetting when I leave a battle. That wasn't terribly clear to me at first, but I just realized that's how it works. No? Maybe not? Well, they did once. Okay, they did once because I got into a battle right when the clock was going to strike, so I think it struck, like, quietly that one time. It definitely happened once, at least. Also, I think I understand what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what state the platforms are in right now, though. Okay, they just switched over. Wait, that doesn't help me at all. I feel like I need more time to do that. How do I get up there? You have to go a long route, as far as I can tell. There ain't enough time to do that, so there's gotta be something else. Clock stops during the battle. Does it? Okay. Does it stop exactly where it was? I gotta say, though, if I'm trying to do a time-based puzzle, these battles are completely destroying my train of thought. Absolutely annihilating my train of thought. There's nothing I hate quite as much as playing an RPG where I have to constantly deal with battles while trying to navigate a puzzle maze. Throws me the fuck off, guys. So, like, here's the thing. I need this switch like this, right? To go north, one of these needs to be active, right? Wait, do I just... No, see, I can't go north here, though. I have to go around. Because right now, if you look up here... See that platform there? Where the slime is? The arrow that the slime is in front of? When this stoplight is active, it is ready for me to go that way. So I need to end up there. Alright? So I need to go from that path, I assume, to get up there. So, let's see. Just gonna wait for it to reset so I have more time. So I need... See, here's the thing. That's a permanent green arrow, so I have to go around. There's another on bottom right. That's true. Maybe that's the solution. So I take a detour for that, I guess? That could make sense. It's like, whenever a battle happens, I have to somehow pause my memory. Fuck. Do you see why the battles are disruptive? Do you understand? Anticipate moving when I get out of battle. So I need to... That's why I didn't go over there. I didn't realize I could. Because, well... You know... Things in the way. I mean, I'll hold right. I think I didn't... So that's... I think the time is actually really tight, actually. I'm oh, well, okay. Sort of not do anything. Oh, this is a bad combination, by the way, it turns out. Oh yeah, this is a bad combination. We're not in a good situation here. Yo, the music stacking on itself doesn't exactly help me think either. That makes things a little worse. By the way, I'd like to note that if the cursor is hit, it gets stunned. So. I'm holding right. I am now holding right. Fuck. Did you see how there was a delay leaving the battle? That wasn't my fault. It just doesn't immediately let me go right. It takes a second. It's not a hill. It's held out of that. I did manage it once before, and then I didn't realize what I was doing. It is possible, yeah. By the way, I'd like to note, do you remember what I said about the dungeon in the 2019 version? How it was basically very corridor heavy, kind of boring, and then I guess I broke the game and I couldn't finish it? This is a different dungeon, with different mechanics. But it's still very corridor heavy and it's not very fun. They managed to create a completely different dungeon that has the same properties, the same negative properties as the previous one. I'm not saying these mechanics are the worst ever, but the way they're implemented sure is. I'd like to note too, that robot pushes me back with air. I want to point that out, because my movement is actually reduced because of that. God, for fuck's sake. By the way, do I take damage when the cursor gets hit? I wasn't... Okay, I do. Shit, that sucks. Holding right. Hope that enemy's dead. Okay, they are. Okay, so... I know I need to hit that. I'm just looking first. Okay. No, fuck off. You know what? I'm just gonna fight you. Get you out of here. Oh my god, why does this music keep stacking? Why is that happening? It's so easy to do, too. I've done it like half the battles. You know, though, knowing that I didn't finish the 2019 version, I definitely want to finish this version. Okay. Waiting for the time reset. The enemy's going to chase me immediately. I'm just going to leave after... Okay. There's still a slime in my way, by the way. So I have to do this. I have to do this quick movement one more time. God, the battles are so disruptive for me solving this puzzle. I wouldn't be out of this room by now if it wasn't for all these enemies. Easily. Go! Oh my god, you can also get stuck on the corner. That doesn't help the quick movement thing. Because like you like the way your hitbox works. Like look here. See? Pretty easy to get like caught on a clip on a corner. All right. So what? What was all this for? Yeah, my feelings exactly. Welcome to my... Let's just end it here. End what here? Oh, come on now. Ain't that bad. Used to have awful runs before. Awful runs? What? How about this one last fight? Pretty sure you can still win it all. Are we gambling? Double or nothing. I mean, you are the game master, right? I guess they are a DM. I don't know what we're doing. Fine. I guess we can still give it a go. Atta girl. Now there's our little Grouch we all know and love. Yeah, we all know and love. There's our little Grouch that we've all gotten to know. There they are. Do you see my point? Like, if this isn't supposed to be story-based, then could they just shut up and can we just get to the fight? Because the more they talk, the more I get confused. I'm not trying to be rude here, but like... Yeah, that's exactly a car. That's been me for 90% of the dialogue in this game. Why did my headphone just buzz? My headphones are confused. Hold on a second. That's weird. These are very old headphones. If they give out, I won't actually be mad. I'll just buy new ones. Because they are kind of old, so. They've held up a long time, too. It's quite funny. It's almost as if both your attitudes just switched, I guess? It's very distracting and awkward. You feel out of place in a conversation. You know nothing of what they're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. And again, I want to remind you, the intro of the game was kind of interesting, but then it just started being random, basically. Still have to deal with this. What are we dealing with? Is this like a for fun fight, or is this like a serious fight? I don't even know if this fight we're about to do is like, it used to be our friend, but now we gotta have a serious fight, or is it like just for fun? Like, what is this? Is this fight, like, is there stakes in this fight at all? I don't even know. Are y'all ready? Do you really need to ask? Miss Illumina, I believe it's still your turn. Okay then. Let's give it everything we got. Commence the final... you dropped something. Okay. You dropped a little twinkly star. I'll be taking that. Alright. Wait a minute. Who's talking? Also, another thing that's confusing is that when there's no portraits up, it's impossible to tell who's talking. Like right now, who is talking? This is a very, very basic problem. This game could get away with this very simply, though, by just making the smoke in the background of the text be different colors based on who's talking. Or, if it's an unknown character, make it a dark black text so it's, like, mysterious. No, it's him. Wait a minute, this die is freaking loaded. No, it was him talking. It was yellow. So you could have just made the dialogue yellow. You mean it's rigged? Okay. So my rolls from earlier. When did we ever roll? The only character that was rolling dice was the slime, which now that I think about it is very weird. Why was the slime rolling a die? Anyways. Are fake. Okay. We weren't rolling dice though. Say funny, dude. This cutscene ain't funny, dude. She really despises this a lot. I don't know what we're referring to. What is... You shoot bullets with a crosshair. What the fuck are these dice about? I I mean, I get, like, if they're playing a D&D game, like, oh, yeah, roll to see, like, how your rifle shot does. Like, I get that, but, like, we're not doing that. We're fighting things. On foot and with a fucking gun. Like, you know? Like, I don't understand. Okay. Okay. Okay, this joke can just keep going. Alright, can we fight? Thank you. Something to do with the gearboxes? Maybe, but they specifically said they're not going to give us Chapter 2 because it involves the gearbox system. And since the gearbox system isn't implemented, they weren't going to do that chapter. So why would they say, oh, I won't show you Chapter 2 because the gearbox system is implemented and uses it a lot and it refers to it a lot? But I'll go ahead and use it for this, I guess? Like, either that or it doesn't have anything to do with the gearbox. It's just like a cutscene and shenanigan. Also, let's go look for the time gears, I guess. I think there's some shadowy Grovile in the shadows. Alright. Wait, actually, this is the Dark World, isn't it? This is the music for when... Dark World cutscene, I believe. I don't remember what the actual term for the world was. The ruined future. I think I had an official word, but I don't remember what it was. I just referred to it as the Dark World because it was. It was a dark future. Do you know how long I've waited for this? No! Because I don't know who's talking! It was so exhausting! My life is nothing but sweat and pain. My brain is the same way right now, don't worry. Always covered in smoke and oil. Day after day, I always hoped for this to come. But what did you do? You ruined my time! Is that like ruining your life? But like more specifically involving the time in your life? You ruined my time. I spent countless hours in applying this thing. Only to be trivialized by foul play? You make me sick. I guess it's the lady that was our dungeon master talking. But it's gonna be scumbags at the end. What is going on though? Can you ever explain yourself, game? Is this a D&D campaign? Or is this like bigger than that? Because I have no idea. Like, what are we doing? Okay. They're gonna bring this fight to an excruciatingly long overtime. Oh good, it's gonna be a drawn-out fight. Wonderful. Okay, actual fight. Okay, what's this? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, well. I'll just skip turn for a bit. I don't see any reason. Okay. Oh, I thought it was gonna go down and then back around. It's a U-turn, right? Oh, no, that's stupid! The U-turn, like, that does imply it's gonna turn around, but a U-turn also implies some amount of other movement, which it didn't do. Because a U-turn is not doubling back on exactly the same path you took. A U-turn is turning around, but taking a slightly different path. That fucking broke my brain. Okay. Yeah, I just will do nothing and then I'll attack, I guess. That seems to work. Okay. That was a not jump situation. My brain didn't process that. And I guess that's how you two-turn a boss. Well, not technically two turns, but... Oh, okay. Let's do this, then. Alright, fair enough. Okay. So this is what she looks like under her cloak or something? Oh! That's kind of inconvenient, but alright. They put a hitbox over the menu, I'd like to know. Oh, okay! And then that attack that went after the main character then turned into an attack that could go after the crosshair. Changing colors all of a sudden. Why does it feel like everything I deal with in this game is just obnoxious? I mean, everything, like, weird because I kind of like some of this stuff, but like, okay, came from. All right, I thought it alternated, but nope. Okay, I was like wondering when it's gonna do that thing, but then it took forever. And it's like again, I said it before. I'll say it again. Good ideas, obnoxious execution. Also, I feel like horizontal attacks come so fast that it's actually really hard to dodge them, especially when you have the double jump. What? Oh, I'm pressing the... I was pressing the wrong button, that was all me. I'm getting a little discombobulated. What's... Why is there two?! Oh wait, one's a fake one? Okay. Oh, I dodged it and went to the sword instead. Okay. Oh, that was actually simpler than it looked. God. Skill, I guess. Also, it's, yeah, the number of times it goes across the screen before going for the crosshair is random. Where's my cursor? Oh, I got stuck off screen again. Whoops. Good first real boss. Not a good first two, but agreed. Like, it's trying to, like... The after images is a thing it's doing to trick the player. It's like a hard version of the attack that they do later. But I just would like to say, it's completely motherfucking unnecessary. It's like, oh, that wasn't hard enough. We should make this harder. It's like, no, it was hard enough. You didn't need to do that. I was already having trouble reacting in time. You don't need to do after images to also trick me. And also, I dodged... Okay. I dodged the gear of my crosshair. Unfortunately, it had a huge blast radius, so it didn't matter. I still got hit. Holy shit. Okay. Please? Thank you. Alright, who's gonna live in this situation? I do personally think that the attack flies across the screen way too fast for me to actually react to it. I'd like to point out, one jump's not enough. You get clipped. Heal? Yeah, let's heal. At least the kill does heal a reasonable amount. I wasn't sure if attack would do it or not. I was playing cautious. Okay. Oh, that's great! I love how that happened! I dodged the gear, and then with my crosshair, I moved it into the next attack and got hit there instead. Ah! Great! Fuck you! That literally is spawned in. I had no recourse. You see a save spot? No, there's... Wait. There's an attack that literally homes it and it explodes. Where the hell is the safe spot? Right in the smack dab center? How is that a safe spot? Like, there's an attack that homes it on and explodes. What do you mean by safe? Well, you did put it in quotes. There's a column in the center. But isn't the center exactly where that razor attack, like the razor blade with arrows attack, appears? Still move the cursor up and down to avoid the gear. What are we talking about with column? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I gotta be honest. Razor blades appears. Well, okay, there maybe there's a little room then. Okay, okay. The arrow rain's the easiest attack, actually, next to the boss. No. Carmine's the center, not next to the boss. The boss is on the right. Oh, the razor blades appear next to the boss on the right. Okay. You broke up your sentence, which made it confusing. All right. I mean, I won. It's just. All right, moving on. Wait, we won? Yeah, I guess so. That doesn't count. I think it did. You guys just had to ruin it, don't you? Calm down, Mina. I prepared it all while working at this stupid factory. And now it's all going down the drain. What? Mina, you might need to... just shut it! But you also have a loaded D20 in your hand! Mina, you really need to... I swear! If I see your stupid face one more time, I'm gonna wring your neck! You alright, Mina? Do I look alright to you? Okay, you're a different character now? Or you blew up into a smaller... Your suit exploded. Okay. So you technically have 3 phases, just the third phase wasn't a boss fight. This is the third phase. Suit? I guess so. Great, just great. I need to be alone for a while. Hold on. It's fine. Come on, detective, let's go. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to cheat on the D&D game we were playing in the cafe and bar and casino in the sewer that we found an alarm bot to get into. I guess. Wait, I don't really know. I'm gonna guess that was all like Fantasyland. Yeah, I guess we're back in the sewer. Okay, did anybody pick up on the fact that we went from going to a bar to now everything we see on screen is technically happening in a fantasy game? Because I never got that impression. Like, maybe if I read back what happened earlier, there would have been something very minor that let me know we were going to play a D&D game. But the way the characters were talking before we entered the D&D game... Well, yes, there were giant game pieces, but I just thought that was like, oh, that's just kind of a quirk. Like, here's the thing, Claire. We don't know this world. We don't know this world. So I just took that at face value. I was like, well, I guess maybe this world just has giant chess pieces in this particular area. Maybe that's just how this world works. Thing is, here's the thing. We never grounded in reality. We have not seen much of the world. That was like literally the start of the game. So we did not ground ourselves in this game's reality. So I didn't know when we entered a fantasy. Do you see what I mean? like I didn't know where the divide was. That could have just been like, oh yeah, maybe there's just giant chess pieces in this one area because that's just what happens in the real world here because chess. But yeah, there was... I'm remembering back at the bar scene before we entered technically the fantasy game. I remember that the characters were talking about like, oh yeah, you're back for another round. Yeah, we're back to do the thing where the usual thing we do. Like the characters were speaking about playing the game, but they were doing it in a way that did not communicate to the player what they were about to do. They talked to each other as friends who understood each other, but an outsider would not understand the dialogue they shared. It was very much oh yeah, hey, you're back for the usual. Yeah, we're going to do the thing we always do. Yep, we're going to do that. Hey, we got to, we have a new player watching us do this. Oh yeah, we're just going to do the usual. We don't need to explain it for the player. Oh, we're going to do the thing we always do. Yep. Oh, we don't need to explain it. No. We know what we're talking about after all. Like, that was what they did. And then we entered the fantasy game from there, which is why everything was so confusing. Only now that it's over do I finally understand that was all a fantasy game. Only once it was over do I understand what the reality and the fantasy was in this setting. I don't think you've seen me rant about a game this much before. You have not watched me play enough games. This is not my biggest rant. By no means. I'm actually a lot more chill with this game than I have been with some. Though that chillness did drop a little bit during that boss fight. Yeah, maybe it's an ESL thing. It could be. You guys were mentioning that earlier. I do acknowledge that you guys were talking about that earlier. Like, oh, maybe the dev doesn't speak English as the first language, and that always makes sense as to why the dialogue can be a little clunky in some games. But let me put this very simply: I have played some games which had kind of rough English because the creator was not from an English-speaking country. But despite that, despite the roughness of the dialogue, missing some words, bad pronunciation, maybe a few weird turns of phrases, I was still able to follow the plot. I was still able to understand what the characters were feeling and doing and what they were talking about, because even if a developer is ESL and is a little rough with their English, they can still portray the characters, the emotions, the setting, the plot in a way that still makes at least mostly sense, right? So, while ESL is a partial excuse for when a game is confusing in its story, I don't feel like that's an entire excuse. Especially when you consider, of course, that anybody who is ESL can probably reach out to people, gaming communities, on Twitch, Discord groups. There are ways to seek out people that do speak English as their first language, or at least speak it better, write it better, and ask them for help. Like, hey, how does this sound? Does this work? And this game gives me the impression that it doesn't have enough testers. If it has them, then good. But like, I feel like this needs feedback from other people for the developer to take, and then be like, okay, well, I could explain this better. Because right now, the way the story worked is it feels written in a way the dev understands it because they wrote the story, but not in a way that somebody being introduced to the story, to the game, would understand it. So basically, it has that issue, and I've brought this up before. Usually I bring it up with mechanics, but I can also bring it up with story. It is an issue where the developer knows their own game too well, and thus makes assumptions about what the player can understand. The clock puzzle is another good example of that. And indeed, just that boss fight, while I did beat it, it was weird. I totally beat that fight, but I would still say that fight felt impossible. It wasn't, obviously. I beat it. But it felt impossible. It felt like there was so much shit going on that it would take me multiple attempts to fully wrap my head around and get my reflexes just right to match and figure out everything. Now, I somehow did it on first try, mostly because the healing mechanic is fairly decent. It actually heals you a fair bit. If it didn't, I would have lost, definitely. But yeah, this game really just speaks of a developer who definitely needs more outside feedback. So, I guess that's the main thing I'd say about it. Good night to you, Beerus. Can't stick around for the last game? That's fair. This one did take a little bit longer. Anyways, so much for being her friend. Also, I guess she wasn't a really tall, alien-like one-eyed creature. She was just wearing a suit. Though actually she was wearing two suits, because she wore the first suit, and then we fought her and defeated her, and then she turned to a second suit that was like half that tall, and that also had like one eye, and so we fought her in that, and then her suit entirely exploded, and then she was like a normal person. You following? Alright. That was seriously not cool, Detective. Yeah, Detective, why did you cheat a D&D game? Also, Detective, why the fuck are you playing a D&D game? Are you a detective? Because you're not really detecting much. Detecting? Is that what a detective does? Does a detective detect things? I mean, theoretically, I guess. It sounds weird to put it that way. Yeah, I guess so, Car, I guess. But also, the suit thing was never really explained. But it was never my intention to hurt her. I just wanted to cheat. When did she start? When did she start working there? The factory? Wait. The bar? The bar. You're talking about the bar, right? She already has before I met her. I guess we're talking about the bar. Probably for a long time, but probably. That's a random slang word to see in a steampunk setting. All right. Oh, I see. My dear Mina Watson, how much have you changed? Who? Watson? Okay. Alright, Sherlock Holmes reference, for some reason. You okay, Detective? Oh, it's nothing. Listen, Otan, Patch has told me about you. If you ever want a job, I'll let you work with me and my agency. Are you for real? I'm not even sure if I'm qualified. Consider this a gift from your friends. You've already proven yourself a lot today. You know what would have helped the fantasy setting? Just realized. You know what would have made the connect to me? Like, you know what would have made the connection for me? That they were playing a D&D game? Very simple. The characters needed a new outfit. If the characters were playing a D&D game, wouldn't they be making characters? So, put them in a new hat or something. Make it clear that they're role-playing by giving them a separate get-up from their normal real-life normal get-up. Of course, that requires extra animation. I understand that's not an easy ask necessarily, but, like, that would have conveyed it, even without the characters saying it properly. Because the dungeon was imaginative, but we were still playing the normal characters. Just a thought. Or color alteration. That would have been easy. Though I'll let you decide. Also, I would like your guys' opinion. I don't think I've been too harsh with this game. I think I've been relatively fair. I've been very critical, but I don't think I've been unreasonable. If you guys think I have been unreasonable, let me know. I do offer critique myself, after all. If one is not willing to take critique, one should not give critique. That is what I felt. Anyways, I'm going to finish this up. I assume we're getting to the end of this. Very critically, you've had to point about the story overlook. I think I dogged that a little hard. I think the reason I dogged the story point is because I'm constantly asking myself, what are you talking about when the story happens? And while some of the stuff got explained kind of by accident, almost, but it's just the story keeps going and it keeps raising it up as a nitpick for me because like there's always another story beat that confuses me. And I think it's been irritating me because it keeps happening, you know? Oh, it's getting late. I have to go now. Here's my card if you're ever interested in it. So, I think the plot of the game was our character tried to get a job. He's been having really bad luck with that. He's very, very depressed. And he went to the... I still don't know why it's in a sewer. Maybe this is supposed to be just like... kind of like an underground... Maybe it's like a kind of a lower, kind of back alley-ish sort of area that's next to a canal. But it really looks like a sewer. So I think the story is our character couldn't get a job. He's been struggling to get a job. He's super depressed. He goes to this dive bar that he likes to hang out in and play D&D in, or maybe some other games too sometimes. And he decides to play D&D, but he has a little trouble getting inside. Activates the security, has to fight it, and then gets saved by this detective who also happens to be at the bar for this particular time. We've never seen her before. She's not a regular. And so we play D&D with her. And the people we know very well at the bar, I guess, and that D&D game she cheats on the D&D game that makes a mess of it. Everybody's upset. Now we're leaving the bar. She's offering us a job, which is a big deal because we can't get hired anywhere. That seems to be what's going. That seems to be the plot of the game. Like I have parsed what happened in this demo now, but it took me a while to figure it out. In all fairness, the biggest element of RPG is the story. This is an action RPG. And yeah, if I'm going to play an RPG, I do pay attention. Here's the thing. The same reason I get critical, I do agree, I've been too critical. But as I start to understand, it's mostly a case of I've been critical because I was cranky that I couldn't understand anything. Now that I've started to understand things, I can start looking back on how I was reacting and figure out, okay, I see why I was missing things. It is the fault of the writing. It is the fault of the pacing. But indeed, there's no reason to hound it quite as much as I did. I was simply hounding it because I was reacting on each story beat as it confused me. And there was a lot of them. So I kept being confused and I kept being cranky about it. Now, is that very professional? I could have done it better. I probably should have just held my tongue and let things go for a while. I would have still been confused, but I could have held my tongue about it and just expressed it at the end. It was just tricky because I was trying to understand as I went, and the game was also throwing me a lot to delve in the battle mechanics as well. So I was worried that because I didn't understand what was going on, that would hurt my ability to play the game, right? Because sometimes that happens. Like, if you don't understand what's going on in an RPG, Like, for instance, you want an easy example of this? Has anybody had this problem in an RPG? You play a game that has a heavy story focus. It's got a big old world as well. Let's say it's a big open world game. Not open world, but like big world map. You play a game for a while. You get a big story beat happening. Maybe you didn't pay attention to it. Maybe you're doing something else at the time. You're kind of skipping through the dialogue. Or maybe you saved the game after a big story sequence and then you took a break for a couple weeks and you came back. What was the last story beat about? That last story beat told you where to go, told you what to do next. Now you don't remember what the hell you're doing. Shit. Where are we going again? Damn it, I have to get back to the main plot and actually advance the game, but I don't remember how to do it. This is why I try to focus on learning. Like, when I'm playing an RPG or a game that is story heavy, I do try to understand the story as it goes, because if there are situations where if you don't understand what a game just told you, you kind of end up half soft-locked because you don't know where to go or what to do. So that's why I was trying to actively understand the story and then getting frustrated that I couldn't. Because I do try to pay attention, because I always think, well, the game could be telling me something very important here. So if I don't understand that, that's bad. So I'm trying to understand constantly, which, that made me irritated, and I didn't behave necessarily the most professionally because of that. I do agree with you guys on that. At the same time, I definitely have a reason to constantly try to understand the game as it goes. In this case, I probably could have skipped the story. It probably wouldn't have mattered in this particular game. Like, there's literally a skip button. If I had skipped everything, I probably would have understood even less, but I don't think I would have, soft-locked my experience. So, in this case, it doesn't matter, but it could have. That's I guess, my point. So, the detective left in such a hurry. As she does, the rain begins to pour down on her. What bad timing. Almost as if it's waiting for her. Nevertheless, I help Patches clean up the place. Is Patches the yellow guy, I think? It was a chaotic mess. Mina got better after a while. Yeah, I think so. Though she kind of grabbed a drink when Patches ain't looking. At least she didn't end too badly. I immediately left after the rain stopped. My aunt is waiting for me back home. Though she gave me an earful for staying too late. Oh, okay. I finally hit the hay and gave it an end. Gave it an end! Finally hit the hay and ended everything! Oh, God. Yeah, I definitely see an ESL vibe from this writing. I understand what they meant, but that wasn't the right choice of words. So, that doesn't help the parsing. Now, it got me thinking, what's about to happen next? Hell, let's not think too much about it. I'm sure time will tell, eventually. For now, I have to worry with the detective. Yeah, we'll do cooperative worrying with the detective. We'll worry together. I wonder what else there is with her. Guess it's enough to pondering. Sweet dreams. So that was chapter 1, and this wants to have 7 chapters. Okay. Wait, what? I'm a little confused. Do you guys see what it says at the bottom? You are here. Chapter... I'm a little confused. Go fucking figure... Why is this game confusing me? Anyways, look. Chapter 2 coming soon. It's Chapter 3, Sage 2020. Chapter 4, Sage 2021. This must be a really old display. Because it's giving dates for when the chapters are available, and all of those dates have already passed. So I'm guessing this is just a really old slide. Maybe from the 2019 version. I wouldn't be surprised. No, that makes sense. It probably is from the 2019 version. But it's really perplexing. Wouldn't... just take the extra moment to edit this to say something that's less confusing? Because this is the 2021... this is the 2023 version. So maybe, not have that be weird and confusing. Asking this game to not be confusing is like asking water to not be wet. It just ain't gonna happen. And the thing is, this is such a hard game to review. I guess that's also a reason it irritated me. It's not straightforward. It's not just, oh, yeah, bad game, move on. That's not this game. I'm annoyed at how little progress it's made since the 2019 version, but at the same time, I also think it's done a lot since the 2019 version. It's That's a confusing statement, right? Again, this game is the epitome of confusing, to the point where my explanations of the game are themselves confusing. I think this game has done a lot since 2019. I think this game has done very little since 2019. It depends on what area you're looking at the game. In some ways, I feel like the game has stagnated. In some ways, I feel it's progressed. And in some ways, I feel it's gone back a bit. This is a very hard experience to explain. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on how you feel about the game, because perhaps that would be a little more organized than how I feel. I feel confused and kind of off kilter at the end of this, but at the same time, I see a lot of potential. I saw potential in 2019 as well. I just wonder if that potential will ever be realized. That's the big question. I don't know. It all depends on what the dev does and how the dev considers polish in the future, because I think polish is most certainly something we can agree upon is lacking here. Regardless of whether you agree with my opinions, my thoughts, I think the discussion of polish is definitely an accurate one. This game lacks that. It definitely needs a lot better direction. I feel like the number one thing I'd encourage the developer to do is network. Get involved with other people. Find some people who speak English natively to help you translate the text better. Find a way to write your story as well. I think this isn't even a language barrier issue. Find a way to write your story that conveys the information better. Don't just assume the player knows the story because you know the story. I think that's a big trip, a big thing that dev is tripping over. I believe the dev is not conveying things correctly. English barrier aside, I think that if this even in the native language, this wouldn't be a confusing game, because I feel like the characters themselves and the way they're written are not conveying information properly. You're probably having it as a playtest and the private feedback is a pretty big one. I feel like this game has been in development for at least 4 years. I don't even know if 2019 was the first year it was in development even. But it doesn't feel like other people are involved. It feels like a solo dev effort with no additional testers. It feels like there's been nothing to give checks and balances to the game, to give it a proper critique, that the proper strong feedback the developer can then take and fix up the game with. It feels like this needs more people involved with it to actually create polish, to actually create an experience that is worth playing. And the thing is, the developer does appear to have the talent. I mean, like, you know, one thing I can't complain about, besides the fact that I will nitpick that I think the main character's design should be changed further from Sonic, but because again, originally this was a fan game, right? And then so now it's an original property. I feel like since it's now original property, the characters should be a little more original as well. But that's a nitpick. That's just my opinion. More importantly, though, visually speaking, this game is really nice, right? I mean, like, just look at this title screen. This is a very stylistic, nice look for everything. The style of things are great. Like, the visuals are fine. The animation is fine. It's all rather good. The game mechanics, there's a lot of promise there. I think there needs to be a lot polished and kind of cleaned up. I feel like it is kind of frustrating at times, but I do think gameplay mechanics-wise, we have a lot of interesting things going on. I was pleasantly surprised, even though it got kind of chaotic, when I was near two enemies and I engaged one and then the other one started helping it. That was interesting in itself. The game didn't even mention that as a feature. I just kind of stumbled into it. So there's definitely a lot of great gameplay and mechanical stuff here. Oh, Jeffrey, thank you for following. And visually speaking, this game has a lot of promise. Again, the game started... The reason I got invested in the story in the first place was because the game started on the character looking depressed and sorry looking as they got rejected from yet another job. I immediately felt for the character just based on how they were drawn. Right? It made the character super relatable just because the art was such high quality. So again, like, I know I critique the hell out of this game, but at the end of the day, I see a lot of promise here. And I did in 2019 too, and I guess I'm worried, right? Like, I want this to succeed. I'm just worried it might not. I really hope the dev starts networking with other people, gain some playtesters, gain some people to help with translating the dialogue, and maybe get a writer. Because I think it's beyond translation, I think the developer could maybe use help writing the game story. Like, I feel like they have a plot in mind, right? But maybe don't know how to convey it the best. So getting some help with writing, getting some effective advice on how to tell a story might benefit this game as well. But that was Mekanikko, and that was quite a marathon, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting that. At least unlike the 2019 version, I actually finished this demo. I feel good about that, at the very least. We didn't run into any game-breaking bugs, which is nice. But yeah, I guess the number one reason I got irritated and stuff is because I actually think this game has a lot of potential, and I'd be very frustrated if it falls apart and doesn't realize that potential. I want to see this game realize its potential, because I think it could go somewhere cool. But that was Mekanikko, and maybe I'll check this in another couple years. I don't think I'll check this on Sage 24 if it shows up there. I think that's too soon. Maybe Sage 25, though, if it does. I wish the developer well in this project. And I encourage them. Get other people involved. Get some feedback. I think it'll benefit you greatly. They got talent. They just need a better director. That was Mekanikko.